The University of Manchester attracts more students from the world to pursue the study, which requires expanding and refurbishing dormitories. In Fallowfield accommodations, there is a residential development project going on. Phase 1, a new build on weekend land, opened in the summer of 2019. Phase 2, demolishment. Phase 3 includes more study bedrooms and doctor's surgery. A new student hub, amenity block, provides different functions to serve students. Now, the journey to Fallowfield project begins. In Phase 2, the Oak House and Open Spark Tower will be replaced and demolished. It also delivers sports facilities, enhanced landscaping, and improved construction of frontage and retail units, which would benefit the local community in different ways. The overall project provides 3,209 modern, high-quality student bed space between April 2017 and June 2023. The video will analyze the project from the perspective of students and the university. An interview is done with Helen McLachlan and Paul Uncles. 5 principles in APM book will be discussed: schedule management, budgeting and cost control, stakeholder management, risk management, and security management. Schedule management. In a customized schedule preparation, firstly, identify the project scope, then determine the activities that are required to produce the project. Next, establish dependency between activities and draw a network showing how they link together. This leads on to the examination of duration and associated risks, which can be used to identify the critical path. Then add the resources and end up with a schedule. The Fallowfield project monitors and updates the schedule according to the APM book.
We have regular meetings with the project team and the contractors, project director, the architects, the local manager, weekly meetings to discuss the programme, to discuss any issues. So we have a project team that's made up of university representatives, cost consultants, architects, the contractor themselves, and their consultants. So there is a team that routinely interrogates the programme and discusses any potential impact on the programme by any factors.
Budgeting and cost control. Identify different costs of category essential. Cost breakdown structure is an effective way to list all activities and allocate the area of cost for each. The cost should include labor and materials, plant and specialized equipment. Meanwhile, allowance should be made for contract or subcontract cost, management and overheads, and contingencies or risks.
As part of the overall budget, we have a healthy contingency element, and the use of that contingency is to ensure that we deliver the project on budget and on time. How we manage that will be critically important, and as a project committee we have to make decisions on things that arise and how we might either adapt the design or adapt the programme or change what we're doing to ensure that we still meet within budget.
Stakeholder management. There are 5 steps. In Fallowfield project, interviewees take residents as sample of stakeholder management. Firstly, identify residents. Then, analyze residents' interests and concerns through regular stakeholder meetings, including consulting with people nearby. One communication method used is sending newsletters to residents. In the step 4, inform residents the stages and the potential influence of the project. Therefore, this will help residents understand the benefit of the project to the local area, accordingly prevent significant conflicts.
There's a relationship that we have to maintain and manage, and in terms of trying to make sure that it remains that way, it's communication. So we produce newsletters that we send out to the local residents, as well as the campus users and students and staff, to inform of this, what stage we're at in the project, and if there's going to be anything that's potentially disruptive to anybody within the local area. A lot of it is to do with communication, and as long as people are aware of what we're doing and why we're doing it, then that can hopefully reduce a lot of the potential for conflict.
Risk management. There are 5 steps. Start with initial step, which defines scope and objectives, then followed by the step of identify, assess, plan responses, and implement responses, which are interactive. A key output of the process is the risk management plan, which details how risk will be managed throughout the life cycle.
As part of the work of that group, it's around assessing and delivering a risk management, and we have a full risk assessment and risk plan attached to the project. Within the risk plan, we look at all aspects of the design and the project. So if we consider there's various elements which make up risk to us, some of those are around how we actually deliver the project in terms of finance, tender, procurement, legal considerations, and there's also the risk then in terms of things like construction, the design, ensuring that the design is appropriate and meets with all the necessary building and statutory regulation. So in terms of how we manage that risk, we've set out the full plan. We have a series of looking at probability, likelihood and control measures. The project committee reviews that risk register on a monthly basis and highlights in terms of where we're at, whether it's a red, amber or green in terms of the risk. And in terms of the assessment and the score at which we apply to that risk, it really just depends on the different type of control measures and also how we're managing to mitigate in any area of risk. We generally consider at our project committees what are the high risk elements or the elements that have changed within the risk plan, and to understand what work or additional considerations might need to be made.
Security management. It includes identifying, assessing and mitigating the risk posed to information, assets and people. Various issues and solutions in security require a system considering those 4 factors.
So the university has its own data protection principles and policies which we adhere to. The contractor that's building the construction for us will also have their own data protection policies. So in terms of protecting important information, a lot of it is held in a online database that's shared between the relevant stakeholders. In terms of assets, construction site itself has a CCTV provision. And we also have our own 24-hour security team on the campus that will link in with the contractor to provide cover and security of the assets and the site itself. And then in terms of protecting people, there's the health and safety plan in place that's devised both by the contractor and the university as well. So we work together as stakeholders to make sure that people, the operatives building the new build, everybody on the site, campus users, residents, other members of staff are protected and safe.
The conclusion mainly focuses on project planning, communication, risk management techniques, and project success.